Noget spændende. Noget spændende. Nå.
You're going to need to get up to speed quickly now. The Dinodex can help with that. It's where we save all our research and the data we collect. It can help you learn more about the creatures we've encountered. Just line yourself up with the pod hologram to attach to the structure. Where were we? Oh, yes. Your next assignment is more than ready. Feel free, though, to take a moment to rest before heading out again.
Hvad laver du? Er det inde i en god kvalitet egentlig?
Du har mikrofon, det skal.
Fisket.
All systems are now online and operational. Prepare for temporal relocation in 3, 2, 1.
Jamen det er det altid.
Let's review our objectives. Our primary research target for this excursion is the Dakosaurus. It's so well adapted to life at sea, we're not sure it ever leaves the water. As the virus the doctor described originated in water, we hope Dakosaurus may offer us some insight. The area we're investigating was recently hit by violent tremors. Earthquakes and tsunamis were the norm in the late Jurassic period. Arrived. When you're ready, focus your view on the shutter controls. Let's continue our mission. I am detecting heat signatures at dangerously high levels all around us. Do be careful. Those look quite a bit like our modern Nautiluses. Observe the soft cephalopod body emerging from the buoyant shell. Since we're here, why not tag one with a probe, so we can identify which genus this is? It appears we're looking at Titanites, a species at the root of modern squids and octopuses, but not direct ancestors of the Nautilus. They appear to be scavenging for a meal. Recent seismic activity must have washed many smaller creatures into the area for them to eat. While Titanites are fascinating, they are not our core objective. Let's find a Dakosaurus. Watch that geyser. Pressurized water superheated by magma. Not hot enough to harm our pod, but it could make navigation challenging. What luck! Dakosaurus. Fortunate for us, they are focused on a massive carcass. Their behavior is unexpected. Since we're in no danger, let's try to identify the carcass. Scan all exposed flesh to collect DNA data.
Oops.
Fantastic! A Lusotitan. A large land dinosaur of the order Sauropoda. Something of a land whale, so to speak. Decomposition leading to internal gases are responsible for the exposed chest cavity. I estimate it died within the past 3 weeks. Perhaps the earthquake is responsible. Or perhaps the doctor's virus. We should tag all the Dakosauruses with probes. Dakosaurus DNA confirmed. Good job. Let's do a more thorough analysis of their biology. Perform a scan on a Dakosaurus. Preliminary analysis indicates that they are not a pack. The largest one is male, and the rest are female. Powerful jaws and serrated teeth. Their metabolism seems to be struggling, however. We need to know more about their behavior. Dakosauruses are infamous for being territorial and aggressive. Predators attack if they feel threatened or hungry. Our pod typically elicits some kind of aggressive response, but they seem to be ignoring us. I suggest you perform an ecography scan on the stomach of the largest Dakosaurus. There's the answer. The Dakosaurus stomach you scanned is filled to the brim with meat and rocks. My database indicates several prehistoric species swallowed stomach stones to aid digestion, as well as control buoyancy. They are not attacking us because they have gorged themselves on the meat of the Lusotitan. They're simply too full to be aggressive. The Dakosauruses have been feasting on the Lusotitan for days now. We know from previous scans they have very powerful jaws. Let's determine just how powerful they are. Scan all highlighted Dakosaurus bite marks on the Lusotitan's carcass. exciting. The Dacosaurus's powerful jaw musculature allows them to lock into prey, rip off their flesh, and quickly swallow it whole. No chewing required. In fact, we should see it for ourselves. Let's see if we can't help open their appetites a little. Fortunately, I have just the tool for the situation. Bait. Fire the projectile directly at any living organism to make it appetizing to all nearby creatures. Use the bait on the lone Lusotitan meat chunk to attract a Dacosaurus. What splendor! This data confirms our scans were correct. They do not mess around. Look, Titanites. They must be interested in the Lusotitan's carcass too. Titanites are likely prey for Dacosaurus. This Lusotitan's carcass has provided many unique research opportunities. I would expect Dacosaurus to attack Titanites on sight. But we know that they've gorged themselves. That said, the Titanites seem remarkably undeterred by the presence of such predators. What could cause such confidence? Attach bait directly onto a Titanite to entice a Dacosaurus to attack, and then observe the event. That's a surprise. The Dacosaurus allowed the Titanite to escape. Let's scan that Titanite. The external shell was barely scratched. This protection is likely why the Titanites were not more cautious. Cadet, I have some bad news. A new Basque of Dacosaurus have appeared. We're in the mood for live prey, which in this situation means us. Hurry back to the research center. We cannot unload our data in a post-mortem state. Please scan the portal to initiate the transport sequence. All systems are now online and operational. Prepare for temporal relocation in 3, 2, 1.
Good, you're back. Your latest batch of data was so thorough. Thank you. I know it's tiring work.
And how is your research against the virus progressing, Doctor?
The news is mixed. In the weeks since you left, the International Health Monitor has begun calling it the Jurassic flu.
Factually incorrect.
The point is they named it because it's spreading. We hoped ocean currents would keep it contained to the north longer, but the ice is receding faster than our models predicted. Currents have already carried it to Northwest Africa and the Caribbean. Once symptoms break, we expect it to spread across Africa and South America from host to host. From there, it will quickly take root on every continent.
Doctor, are you all right?
Fatigue. The cadet must feel it too.
We could assign more of my resources to you. I am designed to ensure your success after all.
Rob, your research systems are the best we have. The cadet needs everything you can offer. If you want to help me, look after the cadet. Search for the cure.
Of course, Doctor.
Keep up the excellent work.
Time travel is both physically and mentally demanding. Even more so with the fate of humanity on the line. That said, do not feel ashamed if you need to take a short break before returning to the past. In fact, I would recommend it. All systems are now online and operational. Prepare for temporal relocation in 3, 2, 1. Let's review our objectives. Our primary research target is the Elasmosaurus, one of the largest plesiosaurs of the late Cretaceous. It's not clear to me yet how this specimen connects to a cure. But it is not for us to question. We serve to collect. The Elasmosaurus had an extremely long neck. 71 vertebrae, according to the fossil record. You may have seen it drawn with its neck winding in elaborate S-shapes. But our current hypothesis posits that it couldn't really do so. Illustrators, they do get carried away. Let's see if we can find out how this long neck helped Elasmosaurus survive and evolve. They've arrived. When you're ready, focus your view on the shutter controls. Let's continue our assignment. The late Cretaceous holds many new wonders compared to earlier eras. Let us hope it yields some new insight into a cure. Those don't look like aquatic reptiles. More like penguins in our modern age. Please tag one with a probe so we can identify what we're dealing with. It appears we're looking at Hesperornis. Like penguins, they can't fly. They seem to be enjoying an easy buffet in the shallow waters. How do Hesperornis navigate so well underwater? Scan the legs and feet of a Hesperornis to find out. They have long, highly specialized legs and webbed feet. They're capable swimmers, but ill-adapted to moving around on land. How did the Hesperornis hunt? To answer this question, we'll need a new tool, the behavior scanner. As you would know, if we'd had time to complete your training, the behavior scanner allows you to capture live behavior of creatures for later analysis. Behavior scan the Hesperornis at least once as it's looking underwater from the surface. To use the behavior scan, press and hold, then aim at a creature. Once the creature exhibits the desired behavior, release to capture a 3D image. Behavior scan the Hesperornis at least once as it's looking underwater from the surface. Good. We just need a little more data. Let's capture it, catching something. Behavior scan the Hesperornis once as it catches a fish underwater. They dive in pursuit and snatch their prey in their beaks. We can see the Hesperornis hunts by sight. Fascinating though this is, birdwatching is not our focus. Let's move on with our exploration. We should look around the shoreline some more. After all, we know the virus evolved to survive on land at some point, and quite well. What are those creatures? Use your probe to find out. They are elasmosauruses. That such a creature could evolve is truly a miracle of nature. This is the creature we've been looking for. Precisely how long was the elasmosaurus's neck, and how was it structured? I've selected a specimen for study. Ecography scan the full length of its neck. Oops, sorry to interrupt. I've underestimated the complexity of this anatomy. We'll have to split data gathering into multiple scans in order to gather all pertinent data. Ecography scan the neck at its base, middle, and close to the head. Well done. 2 more left. Excellent. 1 more scan remains. The Elasmosaurus's neck contains over 50 vertebrae. The weight makes it impossible to lift more than its head above water. And when it turns its head, its entire body follows. Its head is essentially a rudder. How exactly did the Elasmosaurus hunt fish? Behavior scanned 3 instances of an Elasmosaurus catching a fish. It approaches prey slowly, with its mouth wide open. It then swallows as much water as it can, trapping and crushing as much prey as possible. Are fish the only source of food for elasmosauruses? Echography scanned the stomach of an elasmosaurus to find out. Their diet includes ammonites, and we can also find gastroliths in their stomachs, small round stones that may provide ballast. This is interesting. There's a tumor-like mass inside the stomach. If only we had some way of exposing it, so we could harvest more data from it. This could be relevant to the virus the doctor is researching. If the virus mutated from here, it could result in very different symptoms in human hosts. I'm picking up two very strange biological signatures some distance from here. One is definitely an elasmosaurus. It also shows signs of the virus, and it's alone. The other elasmosauruses may have pushed it out of the herd, sensing its illness. I'm also sensing a larger presence in the depths. It is worth investigating. I have mapped a path to their area. Both creatures may give us valuable information about the virus. Activating low visibility navigation support. Here we are. You'll need to tag the unidentified creature, but it's not exactly volunteering itself for scanning, is it? Why not bait the lone elasmosaurus to draw it out? Bait the distant elasmosaurus to draw our mysterious creature out of the depths. There it goes. Tag it quickly.